Hello and welcome. My name is Simon from White Collar Boxing. This is Charlie Borromeo. Today we're going to go through the first part of a 7-part video series for you, teaching you the fundamentals of boxing. Today in lesson 1 we're going to go through Eastern European fundamental square set boxing stance. Actually I'll teach you probably 2, Eastern European square set and a conventional side boxing stance. We're going to use what's called a baseline and a center line as a grid pattern, and I'm going to get Charlie to set up in our first boxing stance, which is an Eastern European boxing stance. So Charlie, we're going to use the baseline here. Would you get set up for us, please? Here, thanks. So Charlie is an orthodox boxer, which means his lead hand is his left hand and his power hand is his right hand. This is his power hand. He's strongest with his right hand. It's set up behind the lead hand, which is his left hand. We're going to use the square grid here and a center line going down the center line of his body up through his belly button in line with his nose. If you notice here, Charlie's lead foot, his heel is set up on the baseline and his ball of his big toe is set up on the baseline here in line and just slightly wider than shoulder width apart. This is for fundamental stability, lateral stability, and also for frontal stability as well, frontal and rear plane stability. So if I was to push on Charlie's shoulder here, his legs should be soft, he should be able to resist me, and he's quite strong laterally here, laterally this way. Now if he sinks his legs a bit lower, if I push him forward, he should be able to just stabilize here. I'll take it off and I'll push him from behind, he should be stabilizing through his front foot. So he's stable on all 4 planes. This boxing stance, you're a bit more vulnerable and you're a bit more open because your front is more open here. But the idea is here that you're nice and tall, your hands are up high, so come to your basic position with your hand position. So he's making a diamond position, putting his hands over his nose. His shoulders are nice and loose and sitting onto his ribs here. So even looser, Charlie. Try and loosen those shoulders up. That's it. And they just sit there nice and loose. Now this position here is really good because his head's protected and his ribs are protected from attack. If someone was to come through and punch him in the center line here, all he'd need to do is bring his elbows in together. So I'm going to throw a jab to your center, Charlie. Can you just block it with your elbows, please? Good, he's just blocked there. And sink down as well. Go. Good. That's nice. For a body attack, he's just going to sink his body to the right. That's it. And same with the left. Just going to tilt in. And here he can catch a straight punch with his hands up high. So if I was to throw a lead jab, he'd catch with his lead hand generally. And same with the rear hand, he can catch that nice and high. So that's the basic position here, nice and strong. Thank you very much for your time today.